right. Refresh.
Let me cleanse my deck real quick.
Let me know if the audio is okay, friends. Because I don't know. Also, we're not ashy. Twin was the one putting on motion, not me. Because she is a
What?
Claudette main, so y'all already know.
Wow.
That's what Trini said. She said, what in the. I mean, they said, what in the Claudette. So, there we go. If you redeem a card, can you get a card? That's what Apple wants to know.
Well, what?
Apple wants to know, not blame Trini. If I redeem a card, can I get a card too?
Yes. If
Thanks
y'all
for the
redeem
host.
them, we're gonna do them.
Well, Twin's gonna do them. My cards are not in commission.
Yours aren't cleansed.
I'm not touching
Okay.
my cards. Because I'm still missing that one.
All right, all right.
We got another
My
redemption.
Twitch is broken.
Oh no.
All right, let me go ahead and shuffle. But this is not the way that I shuffle. I shuffle on this side. I know you don't supposed to bend them. Because I want a good shuffle.
Is audio fine for you guys? I forgot to ask.
Oh, that was a tragic shuffle. All right, Bree. Which one did you redeem, Bree? I don't know which one you did. One card? Okay. All right. Think about what you would like to know. Think of your question in your head. Please don't tell me. I would not like to know. Until after I see, I would like to know. Okay. I'm gonna cut. I wish I had my little book right here. I don't like to slam my cards on my desk because it sounds a little. Imagine having hands. When you got hands. You've got hands. All right. Keep thinking about it, Bree. Keep focusing on it in your head. And I'm gonna keep shuffling until I feel right. All right. Oh, I have to check if I'm still hosting our channel. Oh, whoa. All right. We're gonna go ahead with that one. That one done flipped over. Let's see here. Look like the Three of Pentacles here. And let me grab my book. Let me grab my book. Oh. Okay, hold on. I see what this says here, but I like to have other interpretations. Bree, was it just? I have one more question. Was it a general? Was it general? Was it about money, job, relationship? Also, I would like to know that part too, so I can make it make sense. Okay. All right. All right. So first things first is, and it's upright, mind you. When it comes, well, first I like to describe the card. Now we have the Three Pentacles. I have the Morgan Greer card set. Shout out to Ted. Um, this has a lot of warmth, a lot of cool tones. Also, if you are this person, it's a lot of with cool tones. It reminds me of something that's very sad. Very, is solemn a word? I'm thinking. Very sad and solemn, and um but that does not mean um it can be sad, but we're gonna see because I have not read what it means yet. But he's the person here is over here is engraving into the pillars. So I wonder what that means. Some type of work is being done for sure. Now, here we go. Here we go. Now you said relationship. So according to what I'm looking up here now and in my actual notes that I have, I'm not going to show y'all my ratchet notes, but what I have in my notes, I'm going to read first that me and Twin did is the it says, I'm paraphrasing because I wrote this very crazy. Partnerships are breaking. Um and oh my god, what did I say? Something about somebody not being a team player because my writing is trash. But I'm gonna read what they have for love on the tarot guide. So in the love tarot reading, if you're in a relationship, the Three of Pentacles. Hold on. Indicates that you are in a committed relationship and are putting in the effort in to make things work. If you have been having issues in a relationship, it can be a sign that you may seek the help of a relationship counselor to overcome your issues. You and your partner are growing together and learning about each other. If your relationship is very relatively new, the Three of Pentacles can represent. Oh, you know what? When this card came out, y'all, I just realized it. When this card came out, it was flipped, and I turned it back around to look at it. This actually was a flip card. I wish I could rewind it. I think it was flipped, but I'm not sure. It will make more sense if it was flipped. I feel like it was flipped, and I reversed it. I don't know though. You seen that apple? I don't know though. Hey Nami, I wonder. Twin, did you see me if I flipped it? I don't know. I have a habit of doing that. Of looking at them, trying to see what they are. Okay, so here we go. Here we go. Now it is flipped. This will make a lot of sense. I feel like you flipped it. So I need to pay more attention next time. Sorry. Okay. All right. So for a flipped, if you are in a relationship, the Three of Pentacles reversed can indicate that a third party may be causing friction in your relationship. It can also indicate a lack of commitment or growth. If it can signify that you and your partner are not putting effort in to make the relationship work, and that there is a feeling of apathy towards each other. If you are single, talking about feel single, the Three of Pentacles reversed can indicate that you are not putting your best foot forward in terms of relationships. You may be feeling apathy towards the idea of dating or are just not prepared to put the effort into meeting someone. It can also be a sign that you are not learning from your past mistakes, as such are repeating relationships slash dating patterns that have not worked for you in the past. Soiled it. I'm weak. Okay. What we have. How do you feel about that? And I'm sorry that my dumb ass flipped it back. I am sorry that. Because I'm like, so I remember picking this card up like this. I think I meant to look at it this way and put it back the way it was. But how are you feeling? It's true. Ooh. So I'm feeling as though that saying that you are not learning from your past mistakes and you keep repeating things and you have patterns, which I'm sure pattern always drag us for that one, but definitely try your best to learn from your mistakes. All of us try our best to learn from our mistakes, me fucking included. Definitely. In relationships, friends or not friends, what's bad. So definitely, maybe I am repeating, but I don't really know. It's different. Interesting. It could be. It could be you allowing things to happen. Could be you allowing things to happen. It could be you not letting your intuition take the forefront. It could be that maybe you haven't worked on yourself enough in order to be able to take in those relationships. Maybe if the men bring Shakespeare, I'm not ghosting anyone this time. I'm not backing down and going back to old habits. Yeah, which it is. I understand. It's very, very much. I would honestly, truly say, it's very much scary. It's not something that, especially if you're in, like I said, with uncomfortable conversations and things like that. I would definitely say that those things can be scary, especially if it's something new. You being in uncharted territory can be very scary. So I definitely understand. But just know that you have people here that have your back. You have people here who care about you and will always want to see you do your best. Not all conversations are light and unrelated. But child. Yeah. Yeah. But the thing, yeah, in the back of your mind, it's a lot of stuff you have to actually really go through and actually heal from. Because even though you do have had or need to have those uncomfortable conversations, doesn't necessarily mean that you feel okay or you feel healed from those things. You know? Period, Trini. Period. Trini's 100% about that life I stand. Yes. Yeah. So it could be that you're honestly and truly, that might be one of those situations like I was talking about earlier, is that you may not be running from that situation. Um, and you may have ran from the situation or other previous situations, but you may be feeling like you need to be physically there just to feel that uncomfortableness, to feel like you're actually pushing through your feelings, but you also need to process those things. You also need time to be able to heal from those things, you know? So definitely I would say um take your time, all the time that you need, because there is no time limit on healing. Especially it kind of goes with the same thing as grieving. Um because you honestly, depending on what it is, it's the same thing with grieving. It's kind of like you honestly have to grieve for a situation, depending on how strong the situation is. You have to grieve that what could have been. You know what I mean? The same thing with friends, and it doesn't matter. It is real. Honestly, really doesn't matter. Friends, family, anybody. Um, when you lose someone or some type of situation, um, that you honestly have to go through a grieving process. And I too myself had to do that with somebody that I was in a long relationship with, friend wise. Give me the opportunity. I'm cutting someone. I am. I've been thinking about it. Yeah, I'm glad you have. I hope that helped. Was a lot of reflection. Yes, reflection is what we need out here in these streets. It honestly, truly is. That's why we have these times, because some people, even though you're an air sign, Bree, mainly, your sun sign, air sign, even though we think constantly, and I know that you definitely a overthinker, as I too, twin too, um, that even though we overthink all the time, sometimes we don't really, sometimes we overlook things. Even though we do think so much, we still overlook things. We still, um, yeah, like we still overlook things all the time. Sometimes we just need a refresher. Sometimes we need those rituals to be able to truly dive deep into those uncomfortable things. Sometimes we don't even air sign. Yeah, she's air sign. I have too much air in me. I'm an airhead. Airheads are delicious though. Me three. Same here. Currently. Oof, twin. Is the airiest. I'm weak. All right. Let me go ahead. I'm gonna cleanse my deck again so we can do apple, because we don't want to, we want to make sure we have good energy out here both. I don't know what I do with my crystal quartz, so we're gonna use my amethyst. I don't know what I did, in all honesty. I think it's in my pocket. I think I brought it with me, because I need it. I needed it. I was so over being fucking sick. I think it's in my pocket. But yeah, I'm gonna cleanse this. I like to have my crystal, which all of the cards, all of. Alrighty. Okay, so Apple Milady, I would like for you to go ahead and think about whatever question you have. I'm gonna try to do this again. I suck at shuffling. I'm dead, twin. That is not her. It's not her thingy, I'm sure. Go ahead. Ooh. Oh my god. Twin, you're not about to mess up my concentration at all. Yeah, I will handle you after. No. Apple, if you hear me, I'm not reading them yet. Think about what you want to ask the universe or whatever higher power that you believe in. And hopefully we can get you an answer upon today. I'm gonna do this. I shuffle my cards weird. Don't blame me. Okay, I'm not gonna flip the fucking card like I did last time for sure. We're not gonna do that. All right, all right, all right. Okay. All right. And all right, Apple. Let's see here. We have the sun. Sun. We have the sun. Let's see. I'm gonna check what I have in my notes first. And also, I don't want you to tell me what it is, Apple. Just let me know if it's a general love, work related, or what's the other one? I forgot. Love, money. Yeah, money, spiritual, health, love, career, or just general, or whatever that you are feeling. All right. Love. I'm screaming. Okay. All right. All right. All right. Let's get down here. All right. So, as you see, we have two uh people down here. We have a lot of in this card. It is the sun. So we have a lot of warmth. We have a lot of growth, flowers. Um, but them being upside down with the earth, with the earth, with the sun being also upside down. Um, it could be a little weird. It could be very much weird because I know this card being upright is very much a positive card. So let's see what it says. First, I'm gonna check my notes. I'm gonna check my notes, my notes, my notes of what we have here. And the sun is major. Mm, here we go. Um, let me read that young bird. The bird. Cleaning up the can. Oh my. Where is it? I went too far. Dang. Sorry. Okay, here we go. I was a little bit lost in here. Okay, here we go. Uh, we have for this one, but this was mostly for general. The notes that I have. So it says, there's a warning and a lack of positivity. You're not being warned about important things, but that's just for. So what we have here is in the love context. If you are in a relationship, the sun reverse can indicate that you are feeling left out in the cold by your partner. Some of the spark of passion may have gone out of the relationship. It can be an indication of a broken engagement or a canceled wedding. It may indicate that you are finding it difficult to see a way forward for you and your partner. It can also signify jealousy or trying to score points off each other, trying to focus on the positive things in a relationship, spend quality time together, and remind yourself of why you got together in the first place. If you are single, the sun reverse can be an indicator that you have become so egotistical that you are putting off potential partners. Trying to impress a potential partner may actually be having the opposite effect, as it may come across that you are constantly bragging. Just dial it back. They will respond much more favorably if you drop the ego and just be yourself. Very interesting, because you said you're a Cap, right? Very interesting. How do you feel about that, Apple? How do you feel about that? I don't brag because I generally hardly say a word IRL. Very interesting. So, what I think, what we can take from this, with you not really speaking, in your relationship, for you not being that, it's possible that it could also mean that I'm not sure if you had any partners that were very egotistical, because it could mean you or the other person being that way, being egotistical and constantly bragging. Possibility to know what kind of partners you've had. What kind of partners have you had? Something like that? Interesting. Um, when you were in a relationship, I'm not sure if you are now, because what you said earlier, that's why I'm thinking that you may not be, because you said how to keep Scorpios interested. Is that, but when you were in relationships, did you feel left out in your relationship? Did you feel Is this a time where anybody can ask a thing? Oh no, it's a redeem thing, Trini. So I'm trying to see. Let me know what was your specific question so I can make it make sense. So I can make it make sense for me. So I know it was about love, but what's your specific question that you had? You can't see nothing to redeem. It's on our stream elements thing. Uh Hello, Scorpion Queen. What is it called? Store. Take your time, twin. Mostly in the past, I've been too much for them. Okay. Wait. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, that makes sense. Now, you may not necessarily brag, but you trying to impress them. It could be too much for them. Maybe not much so as an ego, but more of you. Yeah, pretty much you just trying to impress them and want them to be around and want them to love you and all that good stuff. I know I'm just naturally intense. Aw. I mean, naturally, it could be that. It could be that you, it comes off to them. It can come off to them that you're trying to, even though that's how you love, that's how it's very intense. It's very emotional. I'm not sure how, how they, what their love line is or how they love, but it could be very, like you said, very intense. And it can also be very much like you're doing a lot to impress them and make them feel like you have to do that. And maybe it's not what they want. Maybe it's not what they really what you call it, what they really take to, what they reciprocate, and they don't really feel that for them that that's what they really like. And then it also could be when it goes back to if you, when you guys are in a relationship, you being that very passionate person, you could felt like you were left out in the cold, like it said. You could be, because you're putting your all into it, that they could may not respond to how you're feeling, how you love, and it can really kind of make them feel the opposite and make them not want to really go forward with it. I don't know, but you definitely, I would say, with this being on top of that, a very fiery thing is that you definitely have a lot of passion. But I also feel like if every relationship you've had has always been like that, if every relationship you've had has been you being so much into the relationship and they don't never reciprocate it, and they always give you the same feedback, is that it's a possibility that you also need to take a look at what you're doing, but also it could be because you're not in line with what those particular partners you attract in the beginning. It could be that you guys, like you said, really have really passionate, emotional, sexual connections, which they really obviously love that you have that fire about you. But it could be they don't really reciprocate that outside of that sexual thing. It's a possibility, but I'm not sure. I don't know. So it's really hard to go off one card. It's really hard. But that's what I'm thinking, is that you having all that passion and stuff is that they're not really responding to that in the long run of the situation. And in any relationship in the beginning is very like intense. You know what I mean? But you, on the other hand, can keep that intensity up here. You can keep that intensity up, and you can be like, I can go for days. But them, on the other hand, they kind of get a little bit, maybe a little bit, kind of worn out when it comes to keeping that momentum, and that's probably why they say that you guys need to work on that connection again. But it's kind of hard if it's uneven, you know. And that's when you kind of have to uh I have to work it out or go your separate ways, you know. But hopefully um you can figure it out why hopefully you can figure out why you're so intense in relationships, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but it could be a bad thing um if it's like that all the time. If you want that to be all the time, you're just gonna have to find somebody that can match your energy. That way that you guys can just have an awesome relationship, you know? That can match that passion that you have all the time. But if you can't, then you may have to kind of but it me saying that is really like you trying to undo how you are, and I don't want you to feel like that you have to do that. You shouldn't have to dial back how you feel, how passionate you are in a relationship. I don't feel like you shouldn't have to compromise on how passionate you are, you know what I mean? I don't feel like that's the thing. I think they just didn't appreciate that passion, and that they just didn't know how to handle it. So you just got to find somebody to match your energy out with. For the record, you get on my nerve. I'm screaming. I'm not doing that at all. Yeah, don't do it. It's not the move, because that's what they're saying, is that in the little love description to reel it back. But I think the fuck not, trick ass and twin twin Discord. But yeah, I hope that made sense. It's really hard to pull just one card, but I hope that made sense, guys. But you know, me and twin out here learning. I missed something. Hey Sim, hey Sim. Yeah, I was doing it for Apple. Wow, not nosy ashy twins. Oh, you submitted a thing? Let me see. Okay. Is it one card, Trini? You're gonna have to let me know, because I'm not even logged in. Twin walked away, so I don't know. Let me see. Okay, Trini, you'll be the last one. I have to cleanse my deck. I think I did it wrong. Wait, hold on. Let me log in there. Let me see. Because our notice not working right now. Let me log in the stream element. Gotta log out. Oh shit, I gotta log out of my Twitch. Log out. Log. Oh, I didn't have to log out. Oh my god, I'm so slow. I did not have to log out. All I had to do is switch it. I think you did. Yeah, I don't even see it up there, Trini. What you redeem? I don't see nothing. Yeah, I did it wrong. Okay. Did you spend coin? I mean coins. Did you spend crystals? Welcome back, twin. Because we can give your crystals back if something messed up. Oh, you did the Google Drive thing. Oh, for the reading? No, you don't have to do that. If you want like a card thing, no, you just go on the store and redeem that part. Yeah, yeah. There we go. Trinity, okay, Trinity one card. Okay. All right, let me cleanse the. Silent for a little bit. I'm praying. All right. Okay, and then one thing I want to tell you guys is that when we give these readings, sometimes you may give us a question, and it may, well, you give the universe a question more. I should say more than likely, you give the universe and or your higher power a question, and we may pull a card that you may not resonate with, but it could be something that you needed to hear in that moment also, because they may be feeling like you don't need to be asking those kind of questions, you need to be asking these kind of questions. So if that happens, um just know that, but if you're reading, it just depends on your reading though, in all honesty. It depends. Sorry, didn't mean to be thumping this on there. So Trini, think about, Trini, you've done this before. Think about what you would like to ask. Think about all the good things that you want to ask. Well, it might not be good things, but just think about it. What'd you say, Twin? God, Twin, did you say? I thought I heard a voice. All right. Doing some weird shuffling things. Just so I can get a good Cupid shuffle. You know what's really weird is that my back, this is the second time my lower back is tingling. So fucking weird. It happened the other time that I did apples. It did that when I did apples. I'm creeped out. I don't know what's happening. Am I dying? Right. Mimi, I'm screaming. I'm not Miss Cleo. We're not charging people to call us for $10 a second. Don't you do that. Don't you? All right. Chop this up. Chop it, chop it. Chop it, chop it, chop it, chop it. Chop it, chop it. Whoa. All right. Okay, Trini, I would like to know uh was your what was your theme? Was it love, spirituality, health, general, job? Uh, what was it? What was it? General, kinda. Okay. So before I get into what the oops, what it is, um, I said general, kinda. Oh wow. Okay. 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 All right. So as you guys can see, this card here is we have a nice blue sky. We have a nice warm um foreground here. And he's the guy is really holding on to rods. Rods, wands. I forgot the other one, batons. Um and he looks like he may be contemplating. He looks like he's really looking at something. He's really checking out this wand. Mine's are rods. Uh, my deck. But I want to see what I have down on here before I go into the other one. Man, let's look at these wands. Here we go. Hold on, hold on. Let me make sure. Cool it. Okay, yeah, that's the right one. Page. And here it says, but let me make sure this is I have it for upright. Pager. Upright, come through upright. Okay. All right, yeah, this is upright. Okay, so what I have in my notes, I'll read first. Something or someone is not communicating, lack of self-expression, and ideas across and ideas, lack of opportunities, and block of creativity is what I have in my notes for general. Now let's go over here and see what this says for your general. So in general, it represents let me pick the one that because it can mean a lot of things in general. So let me see what makes sense for you. Um Okay. Yes, I did. I read the wrong. I read the wrong thing. Okay. Okay. So for you, it's about taking action. It's also about being proud of your accomplishments, and it's a lot of fire energy and something that's coming towards you, and it's very goal oriented. Okay, so let me see. For you saying what it was, let's look in here. Okay, it says that this card represents good news, and it's a lot of um, pretty much a lot of optimism, a lot of bright new ideas, and creativity, and free thinking, confidence, and very extroverted, and a lot of passion. But it's also says it's a lot of rushing into things. It says you may have a tendency to rush into action without considering the consequences. Um, and it also represents a young person, a child, or a person who is young at heart, who is fresh and cheerful, playful, active, has a lot of optimistic and full of energy. Um, but you have a tendency to rush into new things with thinking when it appears in your tarot spread, and that you're releasing your inner child and finding yourself feeling very playful and having fun when it appears. That's what it is. Now, when it comes to your specific reading, I'm not sure if this coincides exactly with what um your question was, to be honest. Um I can see certain things that could make it seem as though, but with how much you're worried about it, I'm not sure. I'm not sure um if this card is saying that you should be worried about it, or it could be saying um that it could be that maybe you're not taking it as serious. I'm not sure if this one card alone can answer that one question, because that one's a very deep, heavy question, in all honesty. It's definitely given a lot of um saying that you have a lot of like optimism and confidence, and you're not really feeling that very much confident right now. To be honest, you're not really giving me energy that you are. So it's not really pull bottom of the deck down here. I like to do that to help indicate more about. So the bottom of the deck is the Fool, which is giving me more energy of not really being worried, and is really very confusing because the energy you're giving me is not this at all. Because this one is all about new beginning and being positive, but it can also mean that you're taking a leap of faith, and it kind of very much coincides with this one because it's very you jumping out to things and not really thinking about the consequences. And if you know the Fool, he's very foolish. He likes to do a lot of things that are um damn, but I was too poor for anything else. I'll try again next time. No, it's okay. It's okay. Because I would like to make it make sense. But the Fool is very into spontaneity, into new beginnings, being careless, and a lot of innocence, which this card also has a lot of innocence. Hmm. Hmm. But this one is definitely usually a good card. This one too, they're both usually good cards. And but it says you can also indicate that you need to take time to look before you leap, which is can also be said. And the other one is that you have a tendency to rush before considering consequences. So what I'm getting out of this one, which this one didn't very much kind of confirmed the same things that we got in this page of rods, is that, or wands, whatever you want to call them, is that you really need to think about it more. Think about the consequences. Think about how she would react, even though you're so proud of who you are as a person, does not mean that others, even your family, could be very proud. Not saying that your mom would not be, it's just that it's a possibility that you need to think about those. And it necessarily may not even be your mom that you might be thinking about. It could be other people around you. Could be your family, other members of your family. You never know. So I'm thinking that you're just so like, I love being me. I think that's what this energy is coming from. Is that you just being so proud and you just being so confident in you knowing who you love. Is that even though I know that Trini, you don't really like to gas yourself up, but I know one thing, that you know what you like. You know that what really makes you happy when it comes to partners and whoever that you love, is that that could be something that's really like fearless and confident and stuff like that. I feel like that that's the energy that maybe that's coming off, and that's why I'm getting confused as to why it's so like this. I think this is what it is, and I also think that the underlying answer uh, that these give, which neither of these cards are yes or no, and I don't believe, is that they just want you to contemplate it more. They want you to think about it before you go ahead and do it. I'm not saying that you shouldn't do it, because these are not yes or no answers. I think they just want you to think about it a little bit more. I hope that makes sense. I don't know. But thank you guys for requesting. This really helps us a lot to learn, to be honest. It does and it doesn't. Yeah. You didn't really get a yes or no answer. I'm sorry. But I'll wait. Alrighty, Trini. All right. All right. We starting learning. Not really. It's just something you don't have to wait necessarily, Trini. It's just take into consideration. Just think of it more. That's all. Just think about it. But if you feel it's right to do, you know you more than, if you feel like it's the right thing that you would like to do, then you go right ahead and do it. Um, Tarot is nothing but, to me, it's nothing but opinions and opinions and mixed in with some guidance, because the cards are guiding, but it's also an opinion. You don't have to necessarily do what they say. You do not. It's up to you if you want to do whatever that's in there, or you know what I mean. You're undecided, yeah. Yeah. But we're gonna go ahead and head up on out of here. Um, we appreciate you guys coming so much. We do. And Um, I'm sorry again. Please accept my apology. Jacking up damn orders, and I was talking to Steve about not jacking them up, and I was double checking them, and and I still jacked them up. I'm so sorry, guys, again, but I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you. I hope you guys have a good night, and let's go ready to breathe. Breathe online. God damn it. Ugh. There you go. Love you guys. Love you. I'll see you guys later.